Hello guys, and welcome to a new Etheria restart video. Today we got the official dev notes regarding the huge upcoming updates and changes in the game. I'm going to walk you through these notes and also give you my honest opinion and what I think about all of this. But before we start, I would like to address something first. When it comes to my favorite games, I usually stick to making content and guides for my viewers in order to progress something in the game or just have a blast trying new crazy and unique setups and mechanics. So I usually stay away from drama. But when I see how the community or some creators are attacking the game for no reason, or doing it for a specific agenda, I think that we should voice our opinion and give our true feedback, after reading and following the drama that's been going on with Etheria in the social media. I've come to understand that there are two major issues. First, the people that are actually attacking the game are an audience that is not familiar with this type of turn-based genre, meaning they came from the wrong gacha and expected Etheria to be the same for some reason. But they don't understand that, unlike those games, Etheria's endgame is purely based on gear system and RNG rolling. So, even if you obtain all the characters in this game, it will mean nothing with the right build and setup. Where in games like Honkai Star Rail and Wuthering Waves, it's all about the new character that power creeped the last one even with base gear equipped. So the progress and endgame clearing aspect is totally different. And if you want to compare Etheria to any other game to understand it fully, I highly recommend you playing Epic 7 or Summoner Wars. Second, I noticed that some of the creators who are attacking the game nonstop also have no clue about the game core mechanic or don't understand how to build character synergy to clear certain content. For example, 90% of the creators at launch had no idea how broken some of the animus are, like Viper, Vice, and even Red Kachi. So they kept attacking the game, saying it's unplayable without owning this character or the other. But in fact, you don't need a single SSR to complete the hardest challenge in the game. I actually think 80% of the player base don't even know that Fire Dorothy can be better than Lily in some of the PvE dungeons we currently have. And they have been sleeping on them for so long. Again, I'm not trying to attack any creator or anything like that, but I'm simply stating my point of view. The only valid points that some of the creators made is the RNG substat system when it comes to shells and modules, which the devs just addressed in today's patch notes. So with that out of the way, let me explain to you all the changes that are coming and why I think Etheria is the most generous and honest free-to-play gacha for this year, in my opinion. First, the devs promise to increase the communication with players in order to stay in touch with our feedback and feelings. This by itself is the best part about this whole patch. Because if you don't know, most of the top gacha games in the market don't give a rat's butt about the community and don't even have people on the social media to talk to the player base or their feedback. And I'll give you an example. Epic 7, which I've been playing for 7 years now, have never done such thing. In fact, the current state of the game is so horrible that the majority of player base, including myself, has moved to Etheria. Because whatever we lacked there, we found it with the Etheria team. And I'll explain that to you at the end of the video. Next, they are addressing the endgame grind system and asked for our feedback or suggestions regarding the matter. This approach is very appreciated and I, for one, will give my thoughts on this matter. If the devs wants the endgame to be purely about substats rolling and shell passive rates, then I suggest they give more lattices for both paying and free players so that they can try out some new characters for PvP. Because currently, we are forced to only build the meta of the meta. For example, the current Bloodbath meta can be easily countered if player were able to invest into new characters and setups to deal with that. But since most players went for the same builds and approaches, there is not much counterplay. But keep in mind, the devs have to guarantee their revenue in order to maintain this game for us. So if they are planning to give more lattices or resources in general, I highly recommend for them to start selling more cosmetics, like unique character skins and such, and even include more packs with perfect lattices. That way, even the pay-to-win player base will have his own options as well. The devs also addressed the time-consuming modes and decided to make a fast auto battle system, and also allow us to auto the Ember Trek normal difficulty, which is a massive W in my opinion. Devs also addressed the healthier monetization system, which will be a huge deal to whales, because it'll have more quality packs for them to spend their money on. Currently, many of my whale friends would love to spend on the game, but they say there is nothing for us to spend on. So like I said before, adding more value packs will boost this game's revenue, and that will boost the quality of updates we'll be getting. So I'm all in for that. Next, the devs address the PvP balancing system consideration. And this one is going to be the most impactful part about this game, if it's not done right. They are doing it the right way by talking to top players in RTA and PvP in general, which should help. But they also need to keep in mind that even the top players are not always right. And it's shown in Epic 7 over and over with their balance updates in the past few years. If they ask me, I would say the best approach for this game to stay healthy is to slow down the power creep for as long as they could. For example, we don't want the next LD DPS Animus to outdamage Lilium right away. Instead, focus on the variety of the whole kit in general. And don't be afraid to release a hero that can only shine by being paired with another existing character. This will not only improve the balance of the game, but also opens up a new playstyle or even considered as a buff to that old character. Just remember, nerfing characters is very bad design, and it's been proven in Epic 7 during its first year, when they nerfed 2 of the most broken ML5. The devs had to give an ML5 selector, so it made everyone own the most broken character's Arbiter Vildred. And the game was unplayable for most people for months. So I really don't recommend for Etheria devs to take that nerfing round. And if they do, just make sure players get the chance to reset any character that has been nerfed or changed. Moving on, we have the gear customization and upgrades enhancing system. This is the second best part about this update, because it will reduce the RNG chasing by a lot for all type of players. Being able to pick the main stat of the right side modules will help a lot of players progress much faster to endgame PvE in order to build characters and participate in PvP. For me, this feature will help free-to-play improve much faster. Because they are locked behind the energy, they can claim daily, unlike whales who can buy them with crystals. So, like I said, this is a massive W as well. Next, we have the Rengokutsu Issue. And basically, they are promising to release heroes that are designed specifically for this dungeon, and to make it easier to farm. Just so you know, Rengokutsu boss fight is a joke if people had more resources to build new characters modules for it. However, this stage has a lot of RNG related to it, especially the part where he keeps his element changing. So having a new option to be able to safely farm it will be really solid. And for people who complain that they won't be able to pull because they just used all their summons, just remember that if you play the game every day and participate in every mode and clear all your shops correctly, you can farm more than 80 tickets without the need to spend any money on the game. So no need to worry about that part. Last, the devs are going to address the quality of the event, especially the RNG aspect. And this is music to my ears because it's one of the valid points people have been complaining about. So having less RNG in our events will be very appreciated. And not to mention, their global launch celebration, which they promise to have massive free rewards and events for everyone. So I'm personally hyped for that as well. Now, before we end this video, I want to stat some facts about why I personally think Etheria could be the game of the year. First, this video is not sponsored at all, and I'm just giving you my point of view as a 7-year hardcore Epic 7 player. I'll leave you with my 5 reasons why I think Etheria is currently the best and most free to-play gacha in the market, since I call it the successor of Epic 7. 1. Etheria Restart has the most free-to-play summon system, and any free player can get every new Animus without spending anything in the game. The amount of summoning tickets you get is insane, and I'm not talking about first-time achievements. 2. LD characters, which are Moonlight heroes in Epic 7, only cost less than $200 for a whole pity, assuming you had 0 tickets saved. Where in Epic 7, a new ML5 requires 10k Mystic Medals, which are worth more than $800. So even when it comes to pay to win, Etheria is more free pay to win friendly than Epic 7. 3. Everyone can easily reach Mythic rank in Arena, which is the Legend rank in Epic 7 easily if they participate every day, and buy few attempting tickets few times. And when you do reach that rank, you get a lot of resources including Perfect Lattice every season. Unlike Epic 7, where you can't even dream of being Legend without spending hundreds of Arena flags. And for people wondering how to do it in Etheria, it's simple, just buy tickets and keep attacking the left 2 opponents in the Arena, because those are always guaranteed wins that the system pick for you. The matchmaking system is very friendly compared to other games, and I have tested this many times. 4. PvE system is the most free-to-play friendly, because you can clear all the endgame content with R-tier characters, which are equal to 3-star heroes in other games. In fact, some of the R characters are super good and have no premium replacement that can do their job. So even if you are free to play and have no perfect lattices to invest, our characters are super easy to max and use. 5. The rates are legit. And what I mean by that is that Etheria devs are one of the most honest and decent developers I have met in my years of playing gacha. And I'll explain to you exactly why. In Epic 7, the gear substat system claimed to be a 50-50 chance to roll on any substats. But in fact, it was leaked and proven from CN testers that the rates for Epic 7 are actually 75 to 25%, meaning if the gear has speed substat on it, it only has 25% chance to roll on speed, while it has 75% chance to roll on the bad ones. And you can prove this yourself if you open your inventory and create a sheet of how many good rolls you have compared to how many years you have been playing. The CN numbers claim that 80% of Epic 7 player base who've been playing since launch has not reached 300 plus speed on a character yet, and the game is going for 7 years. If you ask me, I will believe this, because if you have been playing Epic 7 long enough, you'll remember the counterattack set fiasco we had years ago, where devs were exposed that the counterattack set was actually higher than the percentage shown. And a few weeks after, they caved in and made a huge apology note, and fixed it and confessed that the rates were different and it was an intern mistake. And this is only one of the many fiascos Epic 7 had through the years. But when you compare Etheria devs to them, you'll see way better approach and honesty. The speed substat system is very fair, and you can test it for yourself. Almost all players have already reached the 300 speed breakpoint just in the first month of playing. While in Epic 7, people are still struggling. Again, I'm not trying to attack anyone, but I'm just comparing Etheria to the most identical game to it in the market currently. My point is, Etheria is a breath of fresh air to all turn-based gacha lovers. So enjoy it and have fun building and progressing your account on your own pace. The devs keep proving to us that they do care and keep bringing these patch notes to address everything we complained about. Even if the changes are not what everyone wants, it still means a lot that they took the time to read and address our concerns. Trust me, I have played a lot of gacha for many years, and the quality of the Etheria dev team is rare to come by. So enjoy the game, and I'll see you in the next one.